Hey, this is Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter, and today I'm going to show you how to use a hair stacker. Hair stackers come in a variety of sizes depending on the type of hair you're using. If you're using a short, fine hair like a Comparadun deer hair or calf body hair, you're going to want to use a smaller hair stacker. But if you're using longer elk hair, something like this for the wing on a stonefly or stimulator pattern, you're probably going to need a slightly larger stacker. Now there are sizes of stackers in between this small and this large stacker, so just choose one that works well for the type of hair you're using. Now we'll show you how to use this by stacking some of this elk hair in this large stacker. First, you're going to take and trim off a clump of hair from the base of the hide. Then we need to look at our hair. Here's the stuff that we trimmed off from the hide. What you'll notice is there's a lot of woolly underfur there. And if you don't remove that underfur, you won't be able to stack the hair very well. So you need to take a hair comb, and I've got an old Griffin deer hair comb, a bone comb. We sell these in the shop. And I probably need to replace mine soon. I'm missing a couple of teeth on it, but it'll still get the job done. And we just need to lightly comb through that hair and remove that underfur. Now that that's been removed, we can take our hair. Remember, we want to put the tips into the tube, not the butts. So we want to do the ends that we want to even up into the tube. And let everybody settle into there. And then give that a good tapping on the table. That's probably good enough. Some hairs take a little more work than others to even up. You can always restack it if it didn't even up the way you want it. Now we're going to open up the hair stacker, and one critical thing when you're doing this is to think about which direction the hair is going to be when you tie it onto the hook. So in the case of like an elk hair caddis where the tips are facing back or pointing back, our tips are down here in this base. And if we're going to tie them in so that the tips are facing backwards on the hook, then we want to open the stacker horizontally with the tips on the left end. If we're doing a Comparadun, we need to flip that around because we're going to tie those in with the tips facing forward, so the base has to be on the right. So just open up the stacker whichever direction you're going to tie the hair in, because then that minimizes the amount of handling you have to do of the hair once you take it out of the stacker. And the more you handle the hair outside of the stacker, the less even it gets. So we'll open this up, take the base off, take a look inside, and voila, you should see that the tips are nice and even and ready to make a nice full wing. So you just remove those with your thumb and forefinger, transfer, set them down on the hook, transfer back, tie in, you're ready to use the hair. It's all set to go. If for some reason this wasn't stacked the way you wanted it to, you could always drop it back in, maybe clean out the underfur one more time in case you missed some, and that was what was preventing it from stacking neatly. And just tap it a few more times on the table and then turn it horizontal and give it a good little stack. Should be ready to go. So that's how you use a hair stacker, a tool that you really need to have if you're going to tie hair wing dry flies like a stimulator or an elk hair caddis, and also Comparaduns. That's what we use them mostly for, but there's other uses as well, but primarily that's what you're going to need your hair stacker for. So thanks for watching this video. We have other fly tying technique videos on our website, as well as lots of patterns on our website, flyfishsd.com. Thanks for watching.